everyone, it's Hedy again, and Merry Christmas. I'm going to be doing a Christmas traditional recipe for you today, Struffoli. Now, I don't make them too often because not a lot of people, well, the younger generation doesn't like them, but the older generation, it's a Neapolitan staple at the holidays, just like tarals, or they call them angelettas, and also wine cookies, which I'm going to try and make for you too. So let's get started, and I'll tell you what I have here. I have 3 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, a half a cup of sugar, 4 eggs, a half a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla. What I'm going to do is put the flour in the processor first with the baking powder, the sugar, and the salt, a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to pulse that. I'm going to pulse it. Just to get it well blended. What you're going to do after that is you're going to add 3 tablespoons of Crisco. Now, you can use butter, but I think the Crisco makes it a little lighter. So we'll break it up a little bit. I don't want to clump it all in one spot. Okay. And we're going to pulse that also. It gets a little crumbly, like little crumbs in there. Now we're going to add the eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla and the eggs, 4 eggs. And we're going to turn this on until it forms a ball. Come around this side. It's pretty well blended. I'm going to take it off. And you can see that it's like almost together. But when you take it out and you form a ball, we're going to wrap it in plastic and we're going to chill it for about 30 minutes. I'll show you how we do that. Very simple. The process is very easy. What is all the work is rolling it out, rolling it out, cutting it up, and rolling the little balls. It could be there forever. All you do is roll in balls. And then you gotta deep fry them, and you gotta make sure the temperature is just right. So I'm gonna take this here. You can see. Now you can make a half a recipe if you don't have a big family. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm only going to make a half a recipe today, and I'm going to chill the rest of the dough, and make it a little bit closer to Christmas, so they'll be a little fresher.
You mean freeze?
What?
You said chill. You mean freeze it, obviously, right?
No, not freeze. Chill.
You chill? Oh, you leave it in the fridge?
This will last. Yes,
okay.
This dough will last. It's only a few days away, and I'm going to take these 2 balls. I'm going to get some paper, plastic wrap, and wrap it in and put it in the refrigerator. I'm back, and Merry Christmas again. Just have to take a sip, pause for station identification. Okay, so the dough has been chilling for about 30 minutes. What I'm going to do is cut it in four pieces. Now I have another one there. You can only make a half a recipe if you want, if you find it's too much, because these make the recipe makes a lot. So I'm gonna cut it in 4. And what I'm gonna do is roll them. You have to roll them out. Now, I remember my sister-in-law Angie used to make them. This is where I really got the recipe from, because my mother never made strudel. She wasn't much of a baker. The only thing that she made was on Easter she made the pastiera. That was all that she made. And all my aunts, none of them really baked. I don't know why. I don't know where I came from. I'm the baker, I'm the cook. I do a little bit of everything. But my sister-in-law Angie, she was a pisser. She also used to make the Easter bread, which I got some of the recipe for, but I did change over the years. I did change it and make the recipes a little different. I added my own touch to it. So you roll these out, and then you're gonna cut. Them in about 1/2 inch pieces, because you're gonna make this. This is the annoying part of making the struffoli. You gotta roll and roll and roll, and then you gotta deep fry them. And after you deep fry them, you're gonna heat up the honey, and you're gonna put them in the honey. And they're delicious. You sprinkle them with these little gummizigams, Jimmies. Yeah, they're sprinkles, nonpareils, whatever you call them. This thing is, they're getting a little bit. I should maybe leave them in the refrigerator a little bit longer, but this'll do. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut them like this. My son tells me to look at the camera, but I can't look at the camera when I'm cutting things and doing things.
You can't look at the camera when I have it pointed.
Yeah. I won't have any fingers left. Okay, so what I've done is I've put out some paper, because so I'm gonna put them on there. And you make them whatever size you like. I think I don't like to make them too small, but this is a good size. And what I'm doing right now is I'm heating up the oil. The oil has to be at about 330-degree temperature. After you start frying and it gets a little bit cooler, whatever, you have to get the temperature back to 330 degrees. So I'm gonna roll all these out, and then I'll be back when the oil is hot, and I'll show you how to fry them. How's that? Okay, so I finished rolling all the balls. I only rolled a half a recipe. The other part is in the refrigerator. I'll do that later on in the week or on Saturday, whatever. And 'tis the season to be jolly. And when we were pausing here, I was thinking about my sister-in-law and the family. She was Barese. I don't understand. This is a Neapolitan dish. My mother was Neapolitan, or mostly Neapolitan. Her father was Sicilian. But none of my aunts and my sisters, nobody bakes. I mean, I don't understand. I had to get married and go and see my in-laws in order to learn how to make struffoli and Easter bread. Although the pastiera was my mother's. And she used to make it, and she used to give it to my Aunt Camilla, my Aunt Margie, my Aunt Rose. And eventually my Aunt Rose started making it. But my Aunt Camilla never makes it. And on Easter, I bring her a whole one, and she eats it all by herself. She won't give it to anybody. Because a few years ago, I said to her, so who makes you the pastiera now that Aunt Rose is not here? She said, nobody. So that was about 10 years ago. So I said, okay, from now on, every Easter, I'll send you a pastiera, which I do. And like I said, she doesn't want to share it. She eats it a piece at a time. I make her a nice size one, too. And it's high. Anyway, my sister-in-law Angie used to make the bread. She used to give the bread out to everybody. And she used to make the struffoli. So right now...
Where did she get the recipe for the struffoli?
Where did she get the recipe? I don't know. I don't know where she got the recipe. But I got the basic recipe from her. And then over the years, I changed it a little bit. I added a couple of things here and there, and I think it's really good now. So the oil should be at 330 right now. It went back up to 350. Oh, Madonna mia.
For those of you at home, we've gone up and down over this
Okay,
magic number
come on
like
around.
4 different times.
I got it on low, so I'll have to check it every now and then. All right, so it's on low. Now, when you put the Struffoli in, when they're a golden brown, you take them out and you put them here and you let them drain. You don't want to overcrowd them either. So let's see. Here we go. Whoa! You see they'll rise to the top.
Right away or when they're ready?
They'll start rising very soon.
How long are they in there for?
Until they're golden brown. I don't time them. See, they're coming up.
I see.
Oh, I got my hand. It wouldn't be a holiday if I didn't burn myself. I have so many scars from baking and cooking that it's unbelievable. I have this pot here because I'm going to heat up the honey when these are ready. And I'll show you what I do when I get there. But I'm going to cook the whole batch, make them get golden brown, and then I'll show you what I do with the honey when I come back. Okay, so I've been frying the Struffoli, and that's about the color that it should be. See, nice golden.
There's some in there.
I'm going to put the rest of them in, and then I'll show you how I put the honey. Okay, so I finished frying the Struffoli, and I've been heating up the honey. It's pretty much, you don't want it boiling, you just want it warm so that it's easy to turn the Struffoli in. So this is the batch. I'm going to put it in the pot. And then I'm going to move it around and absorb some of the honey in the Struffoli. This is delicious. Look at this. Just a couple of minutes. Not long. Just make sure they all get covered in the honey. And then we're going to put it in a platter or a dish or whatever you want to put it in. And we're going to sprinkle some of the nonpareils or the jimmies, as I call them. I call them jimmies. Just churn it up just a wee bit so it I only have one handle on this pot. This pot is 50 years old. All of these Farberware pots, my sister Ann gave me at my bridal shower. So they're 50 years old. Actually,
52.
51 or 52. I was married in 1967. And it's now 2018.
It's about to be 19.
What?
It's about to be 19. It's going to be 52
Yeah.
very soon.
Well, actually, December 2nd was my anniversary, so it was actually 51 years, December 2nd.
Did it snow on your wedding?
No, we were hoping that it didn't snow.
Did it?
But there was still a little snow on the ground when we got it. It had snowed a few days before. Okay, so this is, see it's starting to heat up a little bit. See? Come closer, come closer.
I'm still thinking about it.
You see? A little bubbly, little bubblies. I'm gonna make the wine cookies. I like the wine cookies better than the Struffolis, I have to say. But they're a lot more fattening. Boy, are they ever fattening. I make them for the holidays. My nieces and my nephews, they don't want to eat it because they're fattening. So who eats it? Me. Okay, you see? It's true.
I know it's true. I don't even
I
eat
wind
it.
up eating it because my daughter might have one or two, but she's not having a whole big deal of
You
it.
want to know why that is?
Why?
Because you make 12 desserts for Christmas Eve, and there's so many other things to eat that these end up getting looked over a lot.
I guess. I guess. could put this in a smaller dish, or when it cools off, you just take one of the Struffoli and you dip it in the honey.
Plus, these are best when they're
Oh yes,
fresh,
this is
just
oh yeah,
made.
nothing like fresh. So then we're gonna put a few jimmies on. Ooh. You can make a bigger batch, whatever you want. But isn't that wonderful? You got. Okay, there we go. How's that?
Looks pretty good.
I'm gonna taste one. That's pretty good. Until my next video, I'm going to try and make the wine cookies, and then I'm going to try and make seafood salad. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, and try my Struffoli. Oh, by the way, if you want to get all these recipes, there's my cookbook. Manja, it's good for you. That's what our mother used to tell us. Come on, it's good for you. Get eat it. But anyway, if you want to get my cookbook, there's a link down beneath the video where you can go to my website and get a copy. Okay, so Merry Christmas and hope you have a wonderful holiday.
All right.
Now you gotta take still
Can I say
photos.
next time, finish chewing before you start doing your closing?
Take some pictures.